Good morning, students. Last time I told you that I will explain you what is truncate and what is instr, INSTR function. Just now I have sent you the definitions of these two. I will first tell you about truncate. When we truncate a number, we find an estimate for the number without doing any rounding. What is rounding? For example, if we have 25, it is 25, and if we want to this round it to its highest number, round it up, I mean to say, then we will say that it is not 25, we can round it up to 30. And if we have only 24, that means it is a value less than 2.5, that means 25 less than 25, it is 24 or 23. We cannot round it up to 30, but we can round it down to 20. So just like in truncate, what we do not, when we truncate a number, we miss off digits past a certain point in the number. That means the end this digits of the number, we are not considering them. Filling in zeros if necessary to make the truncated number approximately the same size as the original number. For example, our original number was 2.56, and we have another number, we can fill it with 2, and on the right side of every number there is a decimal, and then after the decimal part starts. 2 is a whole number, and on the right side there is a decimal, and after decimal there are infinite number of zeros. So we can join two zeros, connect two zeros with 2, so that 2.56 and 2.00, these two numbers will have same format. That means in both the numbers we will be having 2 digits after the decimal. So this is the meaning of truncation. And what is instr function in Oracle? Oracle means it is similar like SQL we have. INSTR means instr function. It returns the position of a substring in a string. That means if we have a string of numbers and in the numbers in between we have another string of numbers, so it returns a substring. Just like we have a folder and a file. We have a folder and there are many files or subfolders in a folder. So as it will return the subfolder inside the folder. So similarly here, instr will return a small string which is placed inside a bigger string. And what is string? String means line of numbers, combination of numbers. Okay, and allows you to specify the start position and which occurrence to find. In SQL Server, you can use a char index function that allows you to specify the start position. So in SQL, the SQL which we are doing, char index, there is an index in your book on front page. Every book has an index, and char index means index of characters. It is a function, okay, that allows you to specify the start position. And what it allows you? It allows you to specify your starting position. That means from where you have started, but not the occurrence, or you can use a user defined function, but it will not give you occurrence. Like instr in Oracle will give you the occurrence, but in SQL Server, char index function is used and it is not giving you the occurrence. Occurrence means where it falls, okay, where the string actually what is the position of the string. So in char index it will not be returned, but in instr function it will be returned. The position of the substring will be returned. Now we are going to our actual topic. What we have to do in our previous this, we have reached up to page number 256. So we will be discussing some commands here which I have given you to study last time. 256 we have done. Now we are on page number 258, and I am explaining you first the power function. This is the name of the function is power, and arguments are x and y or POW. That means ER हम break ये कर सकते हैं, तो POW XY भी हम लिख सकते हैं. Returns the value of x raised power y. For example, 2 raised power 3. What will it return? It will return 6. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. It will return 8. So x is raised to power of y. That means x is the power or y is the base. Okay. So this is power function, its name and syntax is written here. Then there is number 2 function, it is round. Round I just explained you when I started how to round up the decimals. We can round up hundreds. For example, we have 370, we can round it up to 400. But if we have 325 or 330 or a value or a number which is less than 350, it will not be rounded up, it will be rounded down. So it will round down to only 300. This is the rounding of numbers. And similarly in SQL, you can round a number and round the argument x to the nearest integer. That means the integer which will be very much near to this. For example, 400 is very much near to 370. So we are rounding it up to 400. Otherwise, we cannot round it up to 400. Like we are rounding the number, similarly we round function is used in SQL. Then there is round and xt. What is this x and d? Rounds the argument x to d decimal places. D is the decimal places because all the numbers are not whole numbers or integers. Some numbers are there like they are positive numbers or negative numbers, but they have some digits after the decimal place. And then there is truncate. Truncates the argument x to d decimal places. I just now explained you first the truncate function, and similarly the index is x and d. So it will truncate the argument x to d decimal places. That means it will adjust to decimal places, and as the original number is, so it will adjust a number, it will add some decimal places. And what decimal places will be added? They can only be zeros, because we cannot add some numbers to any number. It will increase its value, so we cannot do it that way. तो हम किसी भी डेसिमल पॉइंट के बाद किसी को नंबर को भी ज़ीरो से ट्रंकेट कर सकते हैं. Then there is another these are string functions. Okay, this is another table, and length is first this string function. String functions are those functions which are dealing with string of characters. Okay, returns the length of the column or string in bytes. That means इसकी लेंथ कितनी होगी बाइट्स में, इसका साइज कितना होगा, तो वो आपको एक स्ट्रिंग का रिटर्न करेगा. देन देयर इज कनकैट. कनकैट मीन्स कनकैटिनेशन. एंड मुझे पूरा ये है श्योर है कि दैट दिस फंक्शन यू हैव रेड इन योर दिस एक्सेल. इफ यू हैव डन एक्सेल इन योर अर्लियर क्लासेस, यू हैव रन दिस डन दिस. सो व्हाट कंकैटिनेशन इज डूइंग, अगर हमारे पास दो स्ट्रिंग्स है तो ये इनको ये एक ही स्ट्रिंग बनाती है. ओके, ये कंकैटिनेट करती है. देन देयर इज इन स्ट्रिंग, जो मैंने अभी स्ट्रिंग एंड सब स्ट्रिंग आर इट्स आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. हम इन स्ट्रिंग एक स्ट्रिंग लेते हैं, इन स्ट्रिंग फंक्शन से हम इसमें कोई भी सब स्ट्रिंग की फंक्शन या पोजीशन निकालते हैं. देन देयर इज लोअर, ये आपको लोअर केस में हर एक टेक्स्ट को डालता है, एंड लोअर केस इज ऑल्सो रिटन एज एल केस. और सिमिलरली देयर इज अपर केस, ये आपको करेक्टर्स को अपर केस में डालता है, और इसके लिए यू केस भी हम यूज़ करते हैं. और स्ट्रिंग है, दैट मीन्स अगर स्ट्रिंग स्मॉल लेटर्स में है, करेक्टर्स में है, तो ये सारे अपर लेटर्स में चेंज हो जाएंगे. देन देयर इज लेफ्ट, ये आपको लेफ्ट से स्ट्रिंग में कुछ रिटर्न करेगा. और एन जो होता है स्ट्रिंग में, एन करेक्टर्स फ्रॉम द स्ट्रिंग, यानी कि ये नंबर ऑफ करेक्टर्स होते हैं. कितने करेक्टर्स आपको रिटर्न होना चाहते हैं वो आपको लेफ्ट में होंगे, और ये वो रिटर्न करेगा. और राइट इसी तरह है, ये राइट में करेगा. Thank you for now. Please go through other functions from point number 8, function number 8 to 12. Thank you very much.